everyone, my name is Catherine Quinn. I'm currently a 5th grade teacher at a school in Tucson, Arizona. This is my second year teaching. This video is going to be targeted for new teachers to understand how to relate state standards to learning objectives. Specifically, we're going to be talking about Bloom's Revised Taxonomy and the depth of knowledge, or the DOK, and we're going to be unpacking state standards and how they relate to all of that. So firstly, what is Bloom's taxonomy and the depth of knowledge, or the DOK? So Bloom's Revised Taxonomy is just another way for students to understand what they are learning, and the levels stack on top of one another. So if a student does not master one skill, they're not going to be able to move on to the next skill. So these levels, there's 6 levels. 1 is to remember, 2 is to understand, 3 is apply, 4 is analyze, 5 is evaluate, 6 is create. So for number 1, remember, that's the bottom piece of it, of like our pyramid, remembers the bottom piece. It involves being able to recall, define, or label. Number 2 is understand, to summarize or classify. 3 is to apply, which requires some levels of implementation or to follow a procedure. 4 is analyze, breaks down different parts of the concept for deeper analysis. 5, evaluate, is critiquing or making judgments based on any kind of research that they have. And 6 is to develop or something based off of what they are learning. And for the DOK, or the depth of knowledge, it focuses on the rigor of the assessment that it is being given, not what the students understand. It's more about the assessment. And for that one, there is 4 levels as well. And again, they stack on top of each other. So level 1 is more of the acquired knowledge. Level 2 is knowledge application. Level 3 is analysis. Level 4 is argumentation. And again, all of these build on top of each other. So moving on to how these relate to state standards and learning objectives. So let's look at 5th grade volume standard. So we're specifically looking at the volume standard 5 MDC5, and we're looking at the B and C of it. So B is understand and use the volume formulas, which volume equals length times width times height, and volume is base times height, and how these relate to rectangular prisms. And then for C, it's understanding how volume is additive. So to find volumes of solid figures or right angle prisms, they are non-overlapping right rectangular prisms, and how to add those together. So given that state standard, we're going to relate it now down to the learning objectives that I would give for my students. So for this, we really want to focus on what the students are understanding and the long-term unit objectives would be. So again, these would be SWBAT learning objectives. So that's kind of what we're looking at the Bloom's Revised Taxonomy. So for the first one, remember, students will simply remember the volume formula. And then understand, students will be able to explain what the volume is and how it is different than what the area formula is. And for applying it, students will be able to solve real world word problems involving volume. Analyze, students will build 3D cubic prisms, right angle cubic prisms, and be able to identify which ones are bigger and why, and they'll be able to physically hold those prisms while they do so. Evaluate, students will complete word problems, find the best shapes in the word problems for different kinds of scenarios. And the last one, create, students will create a volume city, and they will find the volume of their buildings and incorporate it into how large their city is, and kind of relate it all to that. And again, the DOK is how the assessments are for these, but we're going to get into that in a whole nother video. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Bye.